Thinking of doing a refugee application in Canada and want to get an approval, then watch this video very carefully because this might be the exact help that you're looking for. When anyone do a refugee application in Canada, the first step is to submit a basis of claim form in which you will explain exactly why you need refugee protection in Canada. Based on that form, when Immigration and Refugee Board reviews that form, they will decide that if they want to hear your application or refuse it outright. If the basis of claim form is not done properly, they will refuse the application right away. But once that basis of claim form is accepted and they will put you in the queue to review your application, then very likely the first thing that is going to happen is they're going to call you for an interview. During the interview, they're going to review everything that you or your representative, somebody like me, have submitted, and they're going to review it against the basis of claim form, and they're going to ask you questions, exactly what happened, explain us the dates, explain us why you seek protection in Canada. And during that questioning, if they find out that the information you have provided in the basis of claim form is very different than the information you're giving in your interview, the Immigration Refugee Board will refuse your application, saying that we do not find your claim credible, and that's the end of your application. So credibility issue is very big in Immigration and Refugee Board, and you have to be very careful on what you are writing in your submission basis of claim forms, and we have to be careful on what you are submitting afterwards. That has to match exactly what you have already submitted. So basis of claim form is very, very important document while making your application. Second reason why many applications in Refugee Board are being refused is that the applicants are not able to prove that the threat is to them personally. So when you are making a refugee board application, you have to show fear of persecution in your country. And if you're not able to demonstrate that you personally have a fear of being persecuted, then the application is going to be refused. And all of these things have to be submitted through documentation, and they have to be verified during the interview. So if you're not able to do that, your application will very likely be refused. You have to show documents, you have to show proof that you personally are at a risk of persecution in the country against which you are making a refugee protection claim. And the next factor why many applications are being refused is something called internal flight alternatives. What happens is that when you're doing a refugee application, Immigration Refugee Board is going to look at other places in your country where you could have gone and lived without the threat to personally to you. So many people who are doing their applications on their own, they have no clue that they have to provide enough proof that they do not have an internal flight alternative. And while during the hearing, Immigration and Refugee Board members will produce documents and through the national documentation packages, which is a combination of all information about your country, which they use to make decisions. They would say that yes, if in a certain city you can show that there is a threat of persecution to you, but there could be a city maybe hundreds of kilometers away from you where the person or the state through which you have the fear of persecution could not even find you or could not reach you. And then that means that you can still live safely in the country where you're coming from. They will refuse your application. So while you are doing this application, you have to be very careful about proving credibility. We have to be very careful about proving that the threat is there to you personally, and you do not have anywhere in the country where you can go live safely. As long as you're able to do all of these things properly, the chances that your application will be approved are going to be very, very high. If you need our team's help, you can reach out, set up a consultation call with us through the website. The link is up there, and we'll be more than happy to review your application and give you the right guidance. Thank you.